Good morning. My name is Bob Gersh and I'm a reverse mortgage specialist at iReverse Home Loans. And today I'd like to discuss some planning techniques that those that are maybe in their 40s or 50s or even 60s may take advantage of. Well, as you probably know, if you're employed currently, either self-employed or work for a company, they probably have some kind of retirement program. You're investing into a 401k, IRAs, or other kind of vehicles. Well, as you start taking a look at these different vehicles, you start looking at the planning of how much you have to put aside each paycheck or each month in order to meet a goal down the line. A lot of times you'll have advisors which will work with you. Sometimes they're online. Some of the major financial services companies have online apps, and sometimes you sit down with an individual and you work out how much you have to put aside, an estimate of what the investment returns potentially may be, and ultimately how much money you're going to have at the time you reach that magical age of retirement. At that point, you look at what is the suggested withdrawal from those plans to see how much income you're going to receive on a monthly basis. So now you've done your equation and you basically have the numbers of how much you have to put aside. But one of the real questions is, what is the outflow each month at the time of retirement? And when you look at that, you start looking at what is your major component of your monthly expenses. Typically, it is housing. And within the housing, it will be the mortgage payment. Then you have real estate taxes, insurance, you have your utilities, your general upkeep, etc. But the actual mortgage payment is a big item. So you start taking a look at your mortgage payment. And this is where a lot of times your financial advisors or others really are not in a position to answer the question other than say, well, pay off your mortgage before you get to retirement and you're all set. Well, I can tell you, having met with many folks over a period of time, that a lot of them are in a position where they still have a mortgage. They're getting ready for retirement or are retired, but for one reason or another, they have either refinanced their property so to help the kids go through college or to pay other bills, or other reasons that they have basically refinanced, and so they're looking at retirement, but they still have that mortgage payment. Well, if you want to try to plan ahead of time and you're in your 40s, your 50s, or even in your 60s, you may want to look at a program where you take your existing mortgage, calculate the amortization of that mortgage, and determine at that point where you're going to retire what you still owe on the mortgage. You compare that to the amount that a reverse mortgage would provide for you and determine, are you going to be in a position at that date that you want to retire to be able to stop having to make that cash outflow, or reduce the outflow, or change it around somewhat to work in with the program for your investments. It may be that you want to go into retirement on a lockstep type approach where you basically will start off at age 60 or age 62 and maybe not work full-time and or start slowly getting into the mode of retirement, and at the age of 65 or the age of 70, 72, whatever, go into that full retirement. So what we're suggesting as a program to not supplant but rather to supplement your investment advisors either sitting down with you or you're online is to work with us and to have us take your existing mortgage. We need a copy of your mortgage statement that shows how much you're paying, how much you owe, what your interest rate is, any special terms and conditions. Is it a 30-year fixed or some other hybrid? Is it a 15-year fixed? Is it an adjustable? And basically, for us to work with you and do an amortization schedule to calculate out at various key points how much you would owe. We'll also then take and do a scenario at those age levels as to how much of a reverse mortgage based on a guesstimate of your value of your property, and determine, basically work backwards and figure out, if you make your payments you're making now on your current mortgage, will you be able to, at that point, go into a reverse mortgage, or will you owe more than a reverse mortgage can provide for you, and therefore have to put in a lump sum to be able to pay off your existing mortgage, and with a reverse mortgage not make monthly payments. You will still pay your taxes and your insurance and upkeep your home, but not make those payments. So rather than hit that magical age, be it 62 or 65 or 70 or whatever age or a group of ages you're looking at, and find out that the value of your home, your existing mortgage, what you can get in a reverse mortgage, and wonder will it work or not, why wonder, why worry? Let's put a plan together so we can try to make a good, reasonable estimate of will it work. And if you're in your 40s or 50s or even early 60s, it may be that you have to increase your monthly payment, speed up the amortization of existing loan, not to pay it off, but to pay it down so that then you'll be enough equity, you will qualify for reverse mortgage. Let me try to say that again. You will qualify for a reverse mortgage, and at that point in time be able to be in a position that you can just flow into reducing your monthly cash outflow. So it ties in with your investment planning. So it's a combination of what you're putting aside for your investments on the income side and how you're paying your debts to be able to have them work in with the whole plan. So to do this with us, all it takes is to contact us, and our phone number is 781-202-7475, and my extension is 700. Again, 781-202-7475, extension 700. And then either provide us with your information that way or send us an email. You can go to our website, askbobgersh.com, and contact us through the website. But either way, we'll need a copy of your mortgage information, your address, so we can make a reasonable guesstimate as to the value of your property, and determine exactly based on key ages. We'll be able to put together a report for you showing the amortization, showing at what point how much you would need for a reverse mortgage, and therefore have it so you don't need to put a big lump sum in. You can plan it that way, but you could also do it on a monthly basis now, make those payments maybe a little more than you're paying now, or confirm that what you've paid in is adequate on your mortgage to be able to get that mortgage payment reduced or completely eliminated at the point in time you're ready to start that retirement process. So it's a great way to look at things ahead of time rather than not have any idea. And even, as I say, if you are working with an investment advisor and you're saving for retirement and making those investments, you're focusing on the income side, not fully focusing on the outflow side. You need to work on both to have a full plan in place. And we'll be happy to work with you on that. Just give us a call, contact us, and provide us a little information. We can do that. And then at least you'll know what is available for the future and know that you have a plan in place. Well, that's it for today. And again, thank you very much for listening. And my name again is Bob Gersh with iReverse Home Loans. And I can be reached at 781-202-7475, extension 700. Look forward to hearing from you with any questions.